Guys, it's me Jess, and I just finished reading The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Audier. I am gonna give this book 3 out of 5 stars. 3 out of 5 stars. I have a lot of issues with this book. Characters being one of them, writing being another, and just kind of just things that really made me mad. Like, actually upset, and it's not because that's the emotion you're supposed to be feeling. That's just because that's what I was feeling about the characters and the writing. But I did enjoy the story, and the thing is, I want to pick up the second one. Like, I I just have a few issues. I have not a few, but a lot of issues, and hopefully this review I talk about both what I like and what I dislike. But at the moment, I just gotta give it 3 stars. That's all I can give it. I literally in my head cannot justify giving it 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, that is what I think of The Wrath and the Dawn. Hey guys, it's me Jessica, and today I'm going to be talking about The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Audier. I'm giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars. I can't justify giving it 4, so therefore I won't. A brief synopsis of this book. Shahrazad, I believe that's how her first name is pronounced, volunteers to be the Caliph's queen, and she volunteers because every night the Caliph, he kills his wife and they are found dead the next day with a silk cord wrapped around their neck. And so, Shahrazad, she volunteers because her friend Shiva has been murdered by the Caliph because she was chosen to be his bride. And, so Shahrazad becomes, Caliphess, or the, whatever, I forgot how it's pronounced, but she becomes the queen, so then she can kill and seek revenge against, the Caliph. I forgot what his name was. Khalid, I think? Khalid? Yeah, so that's kind of the basis of the story. It is a kind of sort of retelling on 1001 Arabian Nights. I will say that I don't know how I feel about this book, really. I think it was okay. A lot of people were like, oh my god, it's so amazing, it like blew my mind, and I'm like, it's alright. I mean, I've read better books and I've read worse books, but I think my overall problem was with the characters and the plot. Yeah, mostly the characters and the plot. If it's not something you're interested in, then I would go ahead and read it. For me, who's someone who is like actually trying to learn how to write and how to be a better writer, if you know a lot about writing and kind of the things that you could do with writing, I might not recommend this book, because just reading this book, I was looking at it and I was like, I would change this, I would do this differently, this would give off a different tone that you might be looking for. But overall, I think the story is pretty good, but just some fixes that could happen. That's about it. So I'm gonna get into spoilers now, so here we go. Alright, Shahrazad, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She annoyed me as a character. I feel like she kept going back and forth way too much about, like, being really decisive that she was gonna kill, Khalid, and then really indecisive that she was gonna kill him, and it just went back and forth way too much. And she was too, like, okay, I'm gonna kill him. I'm not gonna kill him, I can't kill him. And it annoyed me, because I was like, make up your mind. And I get that, like, a character like her in a story like this, she would be indecisive about it because she ends up falling in love with him, but it was just too much. It was just too much for me. I think also the kind of narrowness of the plot in a way, because I felt like the plot was so narrowed down to Shazi's, I'm gonna use her nickname because it's easier to use, Shazi's problems, Khalid's problems, not even like his problems that he has to take care of a whole kingdom, but like the problem that he has with his wife. Like, it's just down to his emotional issues, and also Tarquin, whatever his name is. I don't even think he should have even been there. I'll get to that. Shazi's maid, I forgot her name. This has been a while. She was a character that could have been so big and so kind of important to Shazi, and I felt like she was like she wasn't utilized correctly. And also the Khalid's cousin, I felt like these characters were so one-dimensional, and they're supposed to be well-rounded characters, and it just felt flat to me, and I really wasn't happy with it. So yeah. I want to move on to, I guess, the relationships that are in this book. Shazi and Khalid's relationship is probably one of my favorite things in this novel. In this story is just how it progressed. Like, he feels things for Shazi that he shouldn't, and so that's very much the conflict for Khalid, and I really like that conflict. Shazi's conflict is the same about whether or not she should really be liking Khalid the way she does, but she can't help it. And I think Shazi is such a great queen character. Like, she really is a queen, and it's not like she's a noble or like someone of noble standing, because I think she's kind of noble in a way. No, she's not actually. She's just kind of a peasant, but it's weird to see like a peasant girl just immediately have that queen kind of, I don't want to say mentality, but personality, and that's not something we see a lot in novels, and I really, really enjoyed that she definitely looked like a queen. She definitely felt like a queen reading the book, but there wasn't really a lot of talk of kind of state and how the kingdom is going, because she just wasn't privy to that. Like, Khalid didn't bring her into the fold for that. And that made me upset a little bit, because we get things that, like, Khalid is gone for a couple of weeks because he's over at a certain, like, village or town, or he's talking to his uncle to try and, like, bring out his dominant side and kind of stake his claim to the throne. I feel like it's very, like, there were matter of states going on, matter of like the kingdom that was going on, but it just was never shown. And I feel like it would have been an even more like diverse novel with a plot if there was like the actual riots going on, because they were talking about these riots that were happening, but you like never see them, and like nothing ever happens with that, and it made the importance of their marriage feel flat, besides the fact that they did try and kill her a couple of times. It was like, it felt like there were just things that should have been in there to make this novel better that weren't. And it's little things, but it's the little things that are important. And I forgot what part it was. Let me look it up. But there was this part that okay, so the part that I'm talking about is between Despina and Jalal. So Despina is her maid and Jalal is the like captain of the guard, and they're supposed to love each other. They're supposed to be in a relationship. I mean, Despina is pregnant with Jalal's child, and what makes me give this book 3 out of 5 stars is the fact that Despina and Jalal have maybe 2 parts where they're together with Shazi, or like they're in the same general area. And the thing is, you don't really see them like trade glances or things like that. And if it is, it's like specifically said that after Shazi figures out that they like each other, that it is like, it's not foreshadowed, it's not anything. So when I found out that like Despina was pregnant, I was like, with whose kid? And it was like so obvious to Shazi that it was Jalal, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I've never seen them interact before, so I can't say personally that these 2 characters are good together. And like, I feel like it's a lot of tell and not show, because if they had if Renee Ahdieh had shown Despina and Jalal together, or like they're talking in the hall and it looks pretty passionate, and then all of a sudden Shazi walks upon them, that's like another show not tell type of situation, where I as the reader, and we as the reader, would see that there is a relationship between the 2. We might not necessarily know the extent of it, but we do know that it is there, and it's been established before we find out that Despina is pregnant. Like, that is something that should have happened. Like, she cut a corner with that, with like taking out this relationship that was just too ridiculous. Another thing is Tarkid. Let's talk about Tarkid and the whole kind of situation of him having this rebellion against the Caliph. And I didn't think it was necessary. I actually would have preferred it if the whole like side plot was going on, but we didn't hear about it until Shazi heard about it, because I feel like that would add a lot more tension, because it's not building tension because we know what's going to happen. We know that this rebellion is going to start. We know it's probably not going to end well. We know that Shazi's dad is doing some like dark magic stuff, but it's just like us knowing about it is a very, it just is, it takes away that mystery. It takes away that kind of what could have been. I mean, I would have kept those chapters of her dad like doing dark magic. I definitely would have kept those in, because that's like a, oh no, something's happening kind of chapter. And I mean, I think she was trying to do that with the whole, with Tarkid's point of view as well, having like, oh no, this is not gonna go well moments, but it didn't feel that way. It just felt like whatever. And I mean, even if you did keep Tarkid, if you kept Tarkid's point of view in the book, make it even more important than just starting a rebellion and having him like riding a horse back and forth and stuff like that. Like, there could have been more, and like you could have put more of the people's point of view, as in like the people that the Caliph is ruling over. I would love to see like the distaste for the Caliph. I would have loved to see just kind of like the riots that were happening, the influence that Tarkid could use to make his rebellion. And that was never in the book. That was never in there. That was never explicitly said. And I felt like that was a missed opportunity. Like, that was an opportunity I would have taken and I would have used. Like, have him walk through the town to go meet his uncle or meet someone, and have him kind of just look around him. As I said, I feel like the plot and the characters are so narrowed and like pinpointed that it feels so one-dimensional, and this story has so much potential, and I was just disappointed with it. So those are basically my thoughts on The Wrath and the Dawn. I'm sorry that this review was kind of a rant, but reading this book made me so mad in ways that it shouldn't have. And part of me wants to read the second book just so I know how it ends, because I feel like I can't leave this unfinished. Like, there's just too much, that I have too many questions, and even though I just was not happy with this book, I'm hooked a little bit, and it sucks. So, that is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Audier. That is what I thought of it. Sorry, it was kind of a bummer. But if you liked this video, please give it a like, and so comment down below what you thought about The Wrath and the Dawn. If you enjoyed it more than I did, please tell me, and tell me the reasons why. I'd be interested to see those. Also, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell as well, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I post mostly on Tuesdays and Fridays. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!